On Thursday, Joe Biden presented what amounts to his 2024 re-election pitch on the U.S. economy. In addition to deficit reduction, Biden's budget revolves around taxing the wealthy to help fund programs for the middle class, older adults and families. The budget aims at China too, with billions for Pacific Islands. The main points in Biden's budget proposal include a pledge to slash the federal deficit by $3 trillion over the next decade.
In my first 2 years in office, I brought down the deficit a record $1.7 trillion, more than any president has in American history, while doing all the rest of this stuff. Down. And the budget I'm introducing today is going to reduce the deficit by nearly $10 billion or $3 billion, over $1 trillion over 10 years.
Among the measures, achieving that would be a minimum 25% tax on the wealthiest 0.01% of the Americans. A major change would be raising the corporate tax to 28%, reversing a huge tax cut enacted under Trump in 2017. Trump brought in 21% rate, down from 35%, but the effective rate paid by corporations, according to the government figures, that's currently at 10%. Biden is also proposing to raise taxes on those earning more than $400,000 a year.
The fact is that the Speaker of the House has been, for too long, working people have been breaking their necks, but the economy's left them behind, working people like you, while those at the top get away with everything and get everything. One of the reasons why I ran for president, and I mean this sincerely, you may remember when I announced this, so there were 3 reasons I was running. 1, to restore the soul of America, restore some decency and honor to the system. And 2, to rebuild the backbone of the country, the middle class. When the middle class does well, the poor have a way up and the wealthy still do very well. And the 3rd one is to unite the country.
Now, the proposal is a bid to ensure Medicare, the popular but increasingly strained government health insurance system for people over 65, remains solvent. Hiking the Medicare tax from 3.8% to 5% for those wealthy individuals would ensure the program's viability for over 2 decades. One item Republicans may have a hard time arguing with is a request for record defense spending at $842 billion in 2024. That's a 3.2% increase. Washington is in a heated competition with Beijing for influence among Pacific island nations, and the battle of narratives is due to meet a very real test within months.
Senator, is the president's budget dead on arrival?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely, 100%, absolutely.
The U.S. Treasury has effectively already run out of money for this year after maxing out the previously authorized $31.4 trillion borrowing limit. It needs Congress urgently to approve taking on extra debt or risk plunging the world's biggest economy into severe tensions and potential debt default. That doomsday scenario could kick in as early as July, the Congressional Budget Office said back in February. Now, the Republicans say the ever-growing federal debt points to the need for slashing spending. Democrats say Republicans are using this issue to weaken Medicare and other long popular programs while shielding the rich from taxes. Biden indicated he's ready to negotiate, but first wants to see the Republicans' version of the budget from House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Listen in.
This is President Biden's 3rd budget of his presidency, but his first to a divided Congress. The $6.8 trillion will raise military spending and a wide range of social spendings and programs. However, the White House says that it will also reduce deficit and raise taxes on the wealthy. However, with the Republicans in control of the House, this plan is dead on arrival. However, some say that it may provide a launch pad for negotiations regarding budget talks in the near future. Republicans quickly responded by criticizing Biden's unsustainable level of spending and debt that they attribute to an emphasis on a progressive political policy. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World this week.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.